What up, y'all? It's the 404 Heelz. I'm Aaron. That's Steph Rollins right there. We coming to you with that weekly WWE review. Let's start off with SmackDown. I believe this one's in Chicago. We all know who's going to kick off the show here. It's CM Punk coming out, you know, and he wants to talk to Roman. He wants to talk to Roman, and we get Paul Heyman, you know. Paul Heyman comes out. Paul Heyman says, you know, Roman ain't here yet. Please tell me what the favor is, CM Punk. Please tell me. I was shocked that Paul Heyman doesn't know what the favor is yet. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised.
Yeah. Well, Heyman, I think he had an idea, but he just wasn't certain. And I think he thought last week, the week before last, he thought that was the favor to be in the main event of WrestleMania. And once he said that wasn't a favor, I think he had his wheels turning for real. So yeah.
He was like, "Shit, I thought that was a favor." He's like, I thought I delivered the favor, motherfucker." He's like,
"Nope." Good start off for the show. You know, CM Punk, Chicago. It was good to be back on American soil. You know, because the American fans in there and stuff. You know?
Yeah, don't have to worry about spoilers for the whole day on the internet. You know, you just get
that couple of weeks was hard, bro. That was bad. Definitely doing what we do and shit. You just want to throw up some posts, and all of a sudden, the first thing pop up on your feed is
someone won the belt. I'm like, what the fuck? Who won the belt? What the hell? Shit sucked, man.
So we get the favor later on at night. So CM Punk dropped a nice little promo favor tonight.
Yeah, but what came? Was it the Drew McIntyre promo we get? I think that was the next thing on the show. He got the eye patch on. I just want to shout out to my boy Drew. We gonna rock it real quick, baby. In solidarity of my homie Drew McIntyre, baby.
See,
we rocking it. He talks about how Damian has been living off him, making money off him, costing him, all this good stuff. I'm getting excited. This match isn't announced yet for WrestleMania, but it looks to be the 11th match that's going to be announced for WrestleMania.
Yeah. Drew Mackey, always on point with his, definitely on that mic. I'm still, bro. I don't care, bro. I'm not feeling this fucking Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre shit. But I'm being honest with you, man.
Yeah.
First of all, and we talked about this shit last night on my boy's body. He was like, tell me how glass got in his eye. I mean, glass, when it breaks, it goes out. So you mean tell me a piece popped up in the air and landed on his eye? Yeah, bro, I'm not really feeling that shit either, bro.
Bro,
you know
Drew's at the optometrist getting pictures taken, bro. He's going full in on this bad boy, bro. He's at the optometrist, bro. Shout out Drew, boy. I love you, man. This shit's annoying. You rocking it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew's doing his thing, man. But like I said, man, he deserves better.
Yeah.
He deserves better than Damian Priest. I'm not feeling him. I'm not buying this shit, bro. This is a match towards WrestleMania I am definitely not looking forward to. Yeah. I am not.
I feel like it's going to be not the opening match of night 1 or 2, but it'll be that next match. You know what I'm saying?
I think it should be on the pre-show.
What?
Pre-show. Can we get the pre-show?
No, bro.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, man.
Drew alone makes it not a pre-show match, bro. Drew in this Drew in this last 2 weeks. We got 2 smackies left, bro. Tomorrow night, peace. Those balloons are for Drew. Drew's gonna make you want to watch this match in the next 2 weeks, bro.
All right,
let's
see.
Bet.
Let's see, because right now I'm not a fan right now, bro.
Yeah.
It's not doing it for me.
Yeah.
Because Drew deserves better than Damian.
And he thinks he deserves better than Damian. You know?
You know what? I would have been okay if it was Drew versus Rollins.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with that. I would have been more acceptable to that than Drew versus Damian.
Yeah.
It ain't it. This ain't it. Yeah. This ain't it for me, bro. But like I said, I'm going to hold you to your word. The last 2 weeks that he going to make me want to get into this match. I hope he does something.
He will. Then we get Rey Fénix, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And what do they bring out to wrestle against Rey Fénix? They don't bring out a WWE main roster guy. They bring out a NXT guy who wrestles like an AEW guy, Nathan Frazier. I wonder why they had to do that. I don't know. But what'd you think of the match? Good match. There was a botch. Of course, we've seen this botch twice in AEW or WWE this week. Sometimes that shit happens, man. Nathan Frazier has hit this move a gajillion times. You mess it up once, it's okay. We're not faulting you.
Suicide dive,
Jordan Grace's looked a lot worse. A lot worse. Did you see it?
Yeah.
She landed flat. Jada did no help catching that bit.
Bro, Jada said, nope. I'll do this.
I made a business decision.
Bro. But no, listen, man. I this is what I said. I said great start and great pace to the match. I was loving it. But again, Nathan Frazier botched that fucking suicide dive. And I was like, damn, what is going on with them ropes nowadays? Mm-hmm. Like, it feels like the ropes are fighting back or something. Yeah. Bro. It's like, we're going to fuck you up too, bro. We're going to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we had a little Nathan Frazier hitting the ropes here and then running this way, hitting the ropes, running. Yeah. I was like, man.
He stole that shit from, right?
Who was it?
Come on. I've never seen no one do that except one person, and that's my boy Leo Rush. He's originated with that shit. Yeah, he'll run and then juke you, and then you know what I'm saying. Like, he'll do that, and he does it much better than Nathan Frazier. Trust me, bro. But so you'll see it. You'll see it one day.
Good thing.
But look, I said it was a good match overall. To be honest with you, the action was crazy because it was a very AEW-esque type of match. You know what I'm saying? Now, where are the E folk who saying that AEW matches are shitty, and you just saw one on your TV? Hey guys, Aaron said it weeks ago when Penta debuted on Raw. He said we're gonna get more and more AEW-esque style type matches on WWE TV, and it's exactly what you're getting.
Yeah, so, and we got another AEW style match on Raw that we're gonna talk about. So,
yes, we did. Yes, we did.
It's happening a lot more, guys. It's leaking over. It's crossing over. We're getting more promos on AEW, and we're getting more AEW style matches on WWE. But all of a sudden, when they happen on WWE, everyone loves it. Guess what? There was no fucking story to this match at all. The only story was Rey Fenix was debuting. They have no history, no nothing, guys. There was nothing to it. No backstage segment, nothing. And all I hear online is how great this match was, which goes against everything people say about AEW. It's the tribalism, bro. Tribalism.
No,
4 Heelz. Tribalism can suck dick.
Get him. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Yo, like, you took the words out of my mouth, bro, because like I said, they praised this match, and I'm like, wow, the fucking hypocrisy about this shit, bro.
It's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah. Insane. Do we get the Lucha Bros together soon, or you think that waits?
They're going to wait for that. They're going to wait for that. I can tell now. They're going to definitely wait for that.
Okay. We get the man. LA Knight versus Tama Tonga.
Wait. You can't forget about this, bro. Solo and Braun Strowman backstage segment.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Come on, let's get to that for a little bit now. Wait a minute. So the interviewer's fucking with Braun Strowman, and all of a sudden, Solo pulls up on Braun Strowman with Tama. Yeah. You know what I mean? They talking that shit, you know what I'm saying? And guess who comes out of nowhere?
Jacob
Fatu.
Yeah.
My man, Jacob Fatu, come out of nowhere, telling them what's going on. And then for the first time, I think we got a little bit of, it's showing the cracks are showing a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
But we're not getting to that Mania because it's LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's where LA Knight walks up and he's like, let's go to the match.
Yeah. And fucking Tama was like, you got to deal with me. You got to deal with me. So, I'm like, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let me ask you this question, bro, before we get into this LA Knight versus Tama Tonga match. Do you think, now that it's set, the U.S. Championship match is set at WrestleMania, do you think Solo's going to cost Jacob Fatu on purpose? Not on accident, on purpose?
Damn. That's a good point, because I'm thinking going into WrestleMania, Jacob's winning this hands down. But that's a good point to set up a backlash match between Solo and Jacob. That's a good point. That could happen. That's kind of what they're leaning towards, Yeah. That is kind of what they're leaning towards.
Because Solo use the jealousy as a type, like, man, look, I try to put you in. I put you in the title match. I try to put you in. You talking to us reckless, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we get that.
That's a good point. That is a terrific point, my friend.
Shit.
But the match, it was okay.
Decent.
Solo tries to intervene. It does zero to help. And, of course, LA Knight gets the win. Yeah. And again, the belt's not on the line. I don't know why it bothers me so much. I feel like if you have the belt should be on the line every time you wrestle. I don't know why it bothers me.
Nah, I don't think so. I
don't know why it bothers
me. Every time you wrestle, bro. Like,
yeah.
Because some people are not deserving.
Put your money where your mouth is, bro.
But listen, so you mean to tell me you think Tama Tonga deserves a U.S. Championship match before Jacob Fatu?
If LA Knight wants to talk that shit and get the ring with Tama Tonga, put the belt on the line, bro. Put the belt on the line.
Now, that's why I like qualifying matches or qualifying eliminator matches in AEW. Now, let's say if Tama did beat LA Knight, then he have a reason to fight
to be the number one contender. Yeah, I get that. I get that aspect. I get that aspect.
But no, not every time. Belts on the matches every time. Nah.
Yeah.
Because it takes away the allure of a championship match if it happens every time.
Yeah. I guess that's fair, but I don't know. We're going to talk about what everyone's been motherfucking talking about, bro.
Let's get into it, man.
Blonde versus blonde. They wearing the same thing. I'm not going to say which one looked way better, but one looked way better. What'd you feel about the segment, bro? What'd you feel? Okay. Let's start here. Who do you think went off script first?
I think Charlotte went off script first.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you which one.
I'm gonna tell you with one line. And she always does this shit. Every time she gets boxed into a corner in a promo, Charlotte would start mocking her opponents, how they sound. When she was like, I was like, yo, she's cracking. She's crashing. Okay. So she went off script right there. So she started the shit. Now, one thing I didn't understand was why they both come out dressing very similarly. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, one definitely looked much better than the other one. Much better.
Yeah.
Now, let me get into the meat of this shit. The crowd was starting to boo Charlotte out of Chicago, bro.
Like, a lot of
they were booing the crap out of her. And I'm gonna tell you like this: Tiffy did okay. Now I'm gonna tell you this: she did okay, but the biggest component in this promo segment was not Tiffy; it was the fucking crowd.
Yeah,
because
and Tiffy pointed that out too.
Yeah, well, Charlotte was trying so hard to get the crowd to pop or go at least ooh for whatever she was saying, and they wasn't having none of that shit in Chicago, bro. They were booing her out the building.
Yeah, and I think what really set the tone for the whole thing, and it could have backfired on Tiffy when she was like, "What time is it?" and the whole fucking stadium erupted. Tiffy time, bro, and that was like one of Tiffy's first lines. And then they just started booing Charlotte, and Charlotte's like, "What's Chicago? What do you want me to say?" And they just kept, "Oh man," and she looked so fucking flustered, bro. I've never seen her that flustered before.
Oh, she gets like that. Trust me. I've seen her happen a couple times in her career. She gets flustered, and this is what you get. You get her. She's mimic fucking Tiffy's voice tone. I was like, oh, here we go. She's sinking. She's sinking.
Oh man, it was crazy.
Tiffy hit her with the fucking you're 0-3 in real life.
You're gonna be alone.
Your marriage failed, right? Did you notice? I noticed something about this. In WWE, when they're going to shoot a promo and there's usually this respectable camera distance between the two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah. It was usually, it's like perfectly even in the ring. They're both in the middle, and it's like perfect, right? No. This one, Tiffy was way over here, near the ropes.
Yeah.
Charlotte was in the middle, but she first started way over here. They were so far apart, but then as Charlotte got more flustered, she started walking more towards her. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Tiffy was going backwards.
And Wade in there had to push him back a few times, bro. Wade Barrett was in there like, hey. They knew to put Wade in there to be like, hey guys, hey.
Be a moderator because Tiffy hit below the belt. It said some personal shit. To me, some people said they didn't like it. To me, I don't care. I think it's off. It's a promo battle. Everything's off the table. Let's get at it. Let's get at them. I just find it so fucking cowardly that after she said that line, and I guess that shit was off script, she knew to get her ass out the fucking ring quick, bro.
Oh yeah, she said, "Woo!"
Dropped the ring, jumped out. Then here goes Charlotte again, being flustered. She tried to overtalk music and the crowd reaction. That's why Kaiser's in my DM. No one heard that shit like that. It didn't hit as hard as Tiffy shit. Bro.
I saw the meme too. It was like this is the first time a woman said a man was in her DMs, and we just didn't believe it. we were like, nah, that ain't true, man.
Oh, man. But again, I'm gonna stay true to my guns. Tiffy still hasn't won me over. I don't give a fuck about this promo, bro. Tiffy was not the main component of this promo. It was the crowd.
Yeah,
the crowd made it hard for Charlotte, not Tiffy.
You think it's more the crowd hates Charlotte than the crowd is with Tiffy?
They hate Charlotte. You could have put Piper Niven in that spot, and they would have fucking booed the shit out of fucking Charlotte, bro. The dismay for Charlotte is that great, man. It's that great.
Who wins at WrestleMania? We got two more smackies.
I'm not going. We're gonna do a prediction show for WrestleMania. I ain't gonna get that to you right now. I ain't gonna get that to you right now. But nah, I'm gonna wait. well, wait.
Man, what a segment though, man. It was the internet was buzzing. I loved it. The internet
was buzzing.
Yeah, I love Tiffy time. I'm here for it. Let's go.
Tiffy, she like I said, she ain't there yet. She's still green as a goddamn piece of broccoli, bro. She green as hell. Like I said, her mic, she still needs work on the mic, bro. And maybe it's her voice tone. Like for Charlotte, see, that's what I'm saying. For Charlotte, she didn't pick. She should have said that at a better time. Her setup for her coming out, her voice tone was not a perfect, because she just threw it out there. Like it was just, you know what I mean? And there wasn't a lot of emphasis on it.
Yeah.
Because her voice tone is fucking annoying. I don't like her tone in the mic. It's too high pitched. I can only imagine poor Kaiser, bro. Can you imagine him getting into an argument with her and she starts yelling at him and it's like Minnie Mouse.
But bro, does she okay, because she could really not, I've never really heard her talk off camera, so she could be like, it's like a Paris Hilton thing. Have you ever heard Paris Hilton talk when she doesn't know someone's recording her? She sounds nothing like how she's like that dumb blonde. Like she actually just sounds like a normal person. It's like a front character she puts on. So maybe that is, but maybe not. Either way, I think if Charlotte wasn't on the talk show talking about it the day before this segment happens, Tiffy wouldn't have said shit about it. And that's what everyone's like, why'd you cut into her personal life? I was like, well, Charlotte was on a talk show talking about her personal life.
Right.
So it's like, if you don't want people to talk about your shit, you shouldn't talk about it to the fucking world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once you let it out there, I think it's fair game.
Well,
and people will say, well, it wasn't on WWE. It was like, well, I don't think it matters. You talked about it on national television.
There you go.
That's it. You
put it public. You put your dirty laundry in public. So it's all game. It's fair game. So I agree. Again, I saw all the hoopla after I watched it, but then I was like, it didn't resonate with me like that, bro. She burned her with the last one. That I understand that, and and I got another word on the street that has pertained to this, but not particularly into this. It's something that I've been noticing WWE's been doing a lot more of. I mean, it was cool. It was. Yeah. I'm not going to shit on it because it had my attention. And at one point, I was like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? But
Kaiser been cooking her the most online, bro.
This man said, well, why won't goddamn a stream beam when I got goddamn steak over here, boy? You know what I'm saying? Shit. That's what I'm saying, though.
You got anything to talk about Motor City Machine Guns DIY? I got nothing to say. Don't care.
Not a damn thing, bro.
All right, cool.
Decent match. They get the win. Number one contenders. That was it.
Next.
I put next.
Then we get
Melo, pretty deadly segment.
Oh yeah, the Melo don't Miz and I am, or what was it? Him.
What they doing, Melo, bro?
I don't know.
What they doing?
I don't know.
With Melo. See, Melo is a what? He's an HBK guy.
Yeah, they're gonna make Miz and Melo the hosts of WrestleMania, bro. That's what they gonna
Don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
I bet that's what they do, bro. I bet that's what they do.
I don't like what they're doing, Melo, bro. They wasting Melo. They're wasting his talent. They're wasting. He's a star. He's a star, man. But he don't feel like a star.
Yeah, for sure.
So why again? We talked about.
I'm trying to think of other people that were like kind of like slow burns, and then finally got their shot and took off. And I'm just like, I really can't think about it. You know, nothing. I mean, nothing. No one that's brought up from NXT that had like a slow burn start and then took off. I don't know.
No. Braun Breaker.
Yeah, Gunther, when he came from NXT Europe or England or UK, he got to the main roster, boom, Intercontinental Champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So
again, those are Triple H's guys, though.
Yeah.
Melo is an HBK guy.
Yeah.
So again, why are they not pushing Melo? Like, what is it about him they're not confident in to just let this man go out and perform in the ring and then on the mic to be a star? Because again, they showcase his skill in the ring, but he never goes over.
Mm-hmm.
He loses.
I would like maybe since Omos is back, maybe Omos comes out as like a bodyguard for Melo or something. Kind of do that kind of angle, like an enforcer. You know, maybe like a Diesel HBK situation.
But you can't. But see, the only thing about that is you can't go back because he was revered as a top attraction. He faced Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. MVP was his mouthpieces, and they put him as the next great big man. Yeah. So for him to go and relegate himself as just a bodyguard for Melo, that's a step. That's a
downfall.
Couple steps back.
Downfall.
Yeah.
Downfall. We get caution tape Naomi.
Love her.
Versus B-Fab. I can't remember. She didn't have new music, or did she have new music?
No, she had same music.
Same music. That needs to change soon.
I think it needs to change, music, bro. Yeah. It needs to change.
Just slow it down or something.
Yeah.
Instead of glow, they could say something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
But good match. We all knew what was going to happen. This is just setting up, the WrestleMania match. Jade versus Naomi. Jade comes in, gets the best of her. Kicks her in the face, Jade's classic move. I think this could be the Jay and Jimmy match of this year's WrestleMania. One that has a lot of hype around it, but it just doesn't deliver because, no offense, Jay Cargill, she got the look. In-ring just needs some help.
Yeah, a lot of help. I'm not going to say that. I will say I don't think that's going to be the worst match of the match. Okay? Because actually, Naomi, she's gonna carry that match. Now, one thing I don't like about the storyline is, okay, Jade sneak attack Naomi during her entrance, right? From behind. And then she sneak attack her again after the match. That's 2 sneak attacks, okay? Now, the only people that I know that actually do sneak attacks are Heelz.
Yeah.
But Jade is supposed to be the babyface in this, right?
That's true.
What are we doing? And to me, this makes Jade looks weak because she only can get at Naomi by attacking her from the back.
Mm-hmm. And is Bianca out of the storyline completely now?
Not yet. I think they put it on pause. But I say that to say this because, but what has Naomi's been doing to Jade? She's been calling her out. Come meet me in the middle of the ring.
Like a babyface.
Yeah. Like a babyface. Bro, what is WWE doing right now, bro?
They got the wires crossed, bro. They got the wires crossed.
So I'm pulling for Naomi in this because I want her to beat Jade. I don't think it's going to happen because the payoff match is she's going to take a pin because what she did backstage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want Naomi to win this match versus Jade because I feel like Naomi is overly deserving of a win at WrestleMania. First of all, if you think about her whole totality of her career, the work she's put in, Jade ain't there yet. I don't care what she look like. She is not there on the WWE level for her to be pushed as a big time star. She's not there yet. She's not there. I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, that's facts. We get KO. Is this real or is this neck injury fake, bro? Because this man, he's doing podcast runs everywhere right now, bro. So I'm still thinking it's fake, bro, because there's an old clip that, internet's going to bring up everything about KO saying he's the best at making you think shit is real when it's not really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he does go into the kayfabe more, and he watches the product, and he does all this. KO is the ultimate wrestling fan and the ultimate wrestler and in character. And for him to say he got hurt in January, broken neck, whatever it is, hurt neck, and then to have the match against Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes, and people were like, you can do that, but you can't have a regular match with Randy Orton one time. And if he is really hurt, this is just speculation, guys. I'm not saying anything. If he's really hurt, I get it. But it's just not adding up to me in my head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think it's part of the storyline, and it's still going to be Randy and KO at WrestleMania.
So this is what I think. When I first saw this match, when I saw it on Friday, I did say another one of Kevin Owens, tricks, right? Randall's, he comes out. Injury kayfabe, maybe. I don't know. I was thinking that. But now that I realize, and days later, it's real. It's a real injury. It's a real injury. So, but one thing I did see, I was like, wait a minute. He paid Nick Aldis 2 fines. He said that's for one now, one for later, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do we get a Randall's and Nick Aldis match at WrestleMania?
Maybe, but they did that before KO was hurt. Then they went and set up. They were going towards KO and Randy. It makes no sense to me that this man can get hurt in January, wrestle these 2 next matches that were fucking devastating. Think about it. Cody dropped him on his neck in a ladder, bro.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying that spot caused the re-aggravation in his neck, and he can't even go no more. He's on a knee surgery. This is what they're saying. And it makes sense because we haven't seen KO wrestle since that match at Royal Rumble.
But then if that happened at Royal Rumble, he knows he's hurt. Did he wait to go to the doctor for months while they're already setting up Randy and KO?
Maybe.
I want to know when this doctor appointment was. That's what I want to know.
Maybe.
I want to know when this doctor appointment was.
I mean, maybe, man. I mean,
what percent chance do you think it's real? 100%?
I think it's real. I'm gonna say about 80%. It's real.
80%. So you're saying there is a chance.
There is 20% because Kevin Owens, man. He always do
it's
little
Kevin Owens.
Like
that's what I'm saying, bro. I mean? Man, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I hope it's not real because I love Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens.
I do too. I love
KO. Nick Aldis versus Randy Orton. If this match does happen at WrestleMania, they're saying Nick Aldis might need some protection until then, and his name is Rusev as a bodyguard for Nick Aldis.
Ooh,
how you feel about that? How you feel about that?
That's what the streets talking about.
That's what the streets talking about, bro.
Okay. Rusev as the bodyguard for Nick Aldis. See, I have a problem with that. Because Nick Aldis don't need no goddamn bodyguard.
Because he's jacked as fuck.
This dude is jacked. I remember him in TNA.
That's why I was like, isn't Nick Aldis bigger than Rusev? Like he's like
hell
bigger.
Yeah. Taller, broader. Like what? Nah. I don't know how they're gonna bring back Rusev, but I promise you, it's not gonna be the same as he was in AEW, the Redeemer. Yeah. I think that was a perfect gimmick for him. He was the Redeemer. He used to pray to the God. Bro, that shit was so fire. I just don't understand why they couldn't utilize him more. But now we know because he didn't want to lose. So Tony was like, bro, fuck you. You don't want to lose it. I ain't going to put you on TV. You know what I mean? So, I feel Randall's versus Nick Aldis is the match they going to lean into going to WrestleMania, bro. Because if this is true, Kevin Owens shit is messed up that bad, bro. Because, I think the first time I've seen wrestlers was be hurt and then put it off and then get hurt again and then realize like, you know what?
Oh,
maybe let me get the surgery. You know
I'm sure it happens for sure. I'm sure it happens.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. But fuck, man. I mean, Nick Aldis versus Randy, you got 2 more episodes. Could be fire. Could be good.
Yeah.
But we get the last man standing or the last monster standing. Terrific match. Great storytelling. Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Shit was fire. Shit was fire.
This match was decent. I give it a decent match. Like Braun Strowman, bro, that motherfucker, bro, he's slowing down.
He need to give up on trying to beat Jacob Fatu, bro. He needs to stop.
I was giving Braun Strowman props for many years, saying that he's the best big man in the game. Well, that's no longer the case no more, bro.
Yeah,
I can see why he's taking time off and he's not been in consistent storylines like that. Mm-hmm. I think he did his best work when he was with Bronson Reed. Right?
Yeah.
But now he's with Jacob Fatu, bro. He can't keep up with Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Jacob Fatu's too athletic and too quick.
Too athletic for his ass. So, Jacob gets the win. So is LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. It's a decent match. Like I said, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good.
Yeah.
It was decent.
Yeah. But now, Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, that's going to be, if it ends like you say it's going to end, Solo interfering, costing Jacob. That's dope. If Solo has nothing to do with it, I want Jacob just come out and wreck this fool. Wreck him.
Yeah. Dominating faction. Like just from post to post to coast to coast.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see that man get his ass whipped.
Hell yeah.
In that ring. So
all
right. Main event time.
Roman coming out the SUV, walks right past Paul Heyman, bro. He ain't got time for this motherfucker.
Yep.
He ain't got time. He's coming. Well, before that, Seth rolled up thinking it's Roman, and of course, it's the redheaded stepchild no one wants in this match anyway.
Right.
Fucking Seth Rollins walking to the ring, But Roman comes out. Yeah, Roman comes out. He's calling out CM Punk. Fire. I don't know how this shit happened. I need to turn this shit off, bro. I need to figure out a way to turn this shit off. That one was kind of dope, though. But Seth comes out instead of CM Punk. Crowd does the cheering. Of course, we're going to do the song. We're going to say Seth freaking Rollins really loud, the crowd. But, the crowd's really not behind Seth Rollins at all. At all. And then CM Punk comes out. And the favor is what we said it is. It's simple. It's that simple, bro. It's just Paul Heyman's in his corner for this match, bro. What'd you think of the whole segment?
I thought the segment was good. Like, the build-up anticipation of what the favor is. But once the favor actually fell out, it fell flat, bro.
Fell flat.
Oh, that's
fell flat. That's it. Yeah,
bro. I ain't rocking with it, bro. I didn't care too much for it, man. Let's see here. People are so invested into this, and I said this last night on the Heelz for Life podcast. I said, Seth Franklin is the third wheel, right? Matter of fact, Franklin is the fourth wheel because the third wheel in this storyline is really Paul Heyman. And then, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to double up on that. Franklin is the fifth wheel on back because the fourth most important component in this feud, in this storyline, is the fucking favor itself, bro.
Yep, that's true.
Shit. So we have Punk, Roman, Paul Heyman, the favor. That should be the storyline right there. But we add in Seth Rollins. And they were saying last night, the reason why Seth Rollins is in this is because he was supposed to face Punk at WrestleMania, but Punk got hurt. So they trying to recoup from that, which is bullshit. It's like we had this match with them already.
Trying to make up for it, basically.
Don't need to put Rollins don't need to be in this feud. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And let's just since we're talking about the promos, let's just add in Raw's promo. Okay. Because it's basically around the same concept.
Okay.
Seth comes out. He's putting some hands on Paul Heyman. How much is it worth? I really like that part. That was good shit. Give him a little push. Give him a slap. And then Paul Heyman gets a huge pop, bro, saying, "Do not put your hands on me."
Yeah.
And Seth's like, "Thanks for giving me permission to fuck you up now, son." Pushes him in the corner. But then Seth goes for a curb stomp on Paul Heyman. And then all of a sudden, Seth wants to interject that now you owe me a favor. That's not how favor works, bro. That's not how favors work. You not hitting someone does not mean they owe you a favor, bro. It's literally like Seth trying to be the fifth wheel, if you will, and trying to add a sixth wheel and another favor. I'm like, it doesn't work that way.
Talk about being the girl that no one wants to date, bro. I mean, Jesus. Look, listen. I looked at this, and then when he was doing this to Paul Heyman, pushing him, and I was like, oh, please, bro, you don't scare a tick, all right? And then when Paul Heyman stood up to him in his face with nobody in the ring and said, don't put your hands on me, I was like, that should tell you how ranking Rollins is amongst the big superstars. Bro, he didn't do that shit when Solo and them was around him, was
Hell no.
He was cowering.
Terrified.
He wouldn't do that shit to Punk. He wouldn't do that shit to Roman. He didn't even do that shit to the Usos. Bro, he stood up to Rollins' face and said, "Get your dirty hands off me." Like,
now what the internet is saying is Seth might be the new Paul Heyman guy. And now I'm thinking that's just too obvious. It's too obvious.
If he is the new Paul Heyman guy, it won't be because he fears for him. He's going to mull over the points he brought up about Roman and Punk, about him being being friends.
Yep.
They don't want you. They left. They left you here to left you with Solo. Like, he brought up some good points, and the way Paul Heyman's face was, he was like thinking about it, like, you know, it might be. But
that was one of Seth's best promos for sure during this whole feud. By far.
It was. I will grant him. Franklin did good on this one. I will grant him that. I will grant him that right there. But the only thing is, if Paul Heyman does make this decision, and it's a swerve, and it's gonna fuck the matchup, bro.
Yeah.
It's going to fuck the matchup, and it's going to tarnish Paul Heyman's legacy as an advocate, wise man, manager, whatever, by him going with Rollins. Because for one, Rollins don't need Heyman, to be honest with you. He's not that type of...
He's not, it doesn't benefit him enough.
It doesn't.
He's already been on top.
And it doesn't benefit Paul Heyman to go with Rollins because that's a step down from CM Punk to Roman to Rollins.
The only Paul Heyman guy next we all want to see is Braun Breaker. That's the only one we want to see.
Braun.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker or Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, for sure. But what do you think the favor could be for Seth freaking Rollins here?
I don't think there is no favor. I think that was just a closing line. You know what I'm saying? Because so I owe you a favor because you didn't curve stomp me when you had the chance. No, that's no favor, bro. You should have went ahead and did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because again, Paul Heyman showed that he's not intimidated by Seth Rollins. So how in the fuck can he hold this favor over Seth Rollins if he's not intimidated by him?
I have a theory though that there might be a favor, and it's going to be our first subject on Word on the Street, y'all.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But Raw kicks off, bro. Well, you got anything left on the whole triple threat WrestleMania main event night one? What do you got?
I mean, other than fifth wheel on back, bro. It's
that's good. It's fifth wheel, bro. He's fifth wheel.
He's fifth wheel, and I feel bad for Punk and Roman because they could have actually one of a classic feud. I mean, because the element of Paul Heyman, you know what I'm saying? Like that could go over really well. I mean, they got juice in that. But to put Rollins in the mix, it's like they're trying to fit as a circle in a square peg. It don't, you know what I mean?
It feels like they're trying to stuff a pay-per-view card like AEW does sometimes. Exactly. They're like, oh shit, we got to put them in somewhere. We got to
get everybody in.
What kind of makes the most sense? We'll throw them in this triple threat. Like, we'll just make that a triple. And now NXT women's division is so stacked, they're doing that now. We're having a fatal four-way at Stand and Deliver for Stephanie Vakir's belt. You know what I'm saying? They're just the roster is getting so saturated. You're just gonna have to start doing all these fatal four-ways, 6-man tag matches, four-way you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And speaking of a triple threat for the women's championship, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. We start off, which I thought was weird, with the belt in the middle of the ring with Adam Pearce. I'm like, hey, that's Io's belt. Why the fuck's it in the middle of the ring right now? Io needs to walk out with that belt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Io gets introduced first, bro. She's showing some cheeks.
Ooh, boy, let me tell you something, bro.
Do you think that was because of Mickie James's little saying, bro?
Boy, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something, boy. I was sitting downstairs watching this shit with my lady, bro, and she came outside, and well, she had her back turned to the cam. I said, God damn. Molly looked at me like this. I said, oh, baby, I'm sorry. I was like, my cheeks were showing, boy. I said, good Lord, boy.
Do you think it was a shot back at Mickie James's little comment?
Had to be, bro.
Yeah.
Had to be. Bro, look, we talked about this, bro. Mickie James was tripping, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with booty butt cheeks, all right?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
Yeah.
These women pick out their outfits. They're not forced to wear these things. They are fully aware of what they're coming out looking like. So, hey, this not take away the beauty of these professional wrestling women. Okay.
And someone commented under our post about the Mickie James, and they're like, well, after she left WWE, she had some very revealing costumes in TNA as well.
She did.
And I didn't even think about that. I was she did have some bad, like, I was like, all right. I mean, it's just all, we'll talk about LFG a little bit later and Word on the Street too. Yeah. I got some topics right there. Yeah. But okay, so Bianca gets booed again in Minnesota.
You see what European crowd started? You see what they started, bro?
Is it that, or is it just she cost Rhea Ripley the belt on that Raw, and like just Rhea is such a huge star that's why we're mad at Bianca right now?
Okay, no, let's keep it a buck, bro. Bianca didn't cost Rhea the belt, bro.
She kind of did, bro.
Rhea cost her own self the belt. She was paying too much attention to Bianca.
Yeah.
Give me a time in pro wrestling history when the contender doesn't sit outside to scout, to look at the match before they have the championship match.
Bianca put hands on Rhea. Put hands on Rhea.
But that's because Rhea put hands on her.
But that happens all the time. But sometimes in a match, someone kind of gets involved. Someone in the match puts hands on them. They don't put hands on back.
But I'm saying, though, if you got to go onto the outside, if Bianca was on the apron and then you pushed her, that's Bianca's fault. But you went outside while she was sitting down and started some shit. Come on, bro. Keep it
and
a buck,
Bianca,
man.
I'm just playing devil's advocate, bro. Devil's advocate. And Bianca looks like she's kind of leaning in towards that heel a little bit because she came out all black lipstick. She leaning into that heel, I think, a little bit.
She's tired of being – okay, think about this. She's been accused of Jade's attack for the longest, right?
Yeah.
She's like, I ain't do that shit. And she didn't.
Which people still think she might have something to do with that shit, bro.
And she's tired. She's just tired of getting... Look, if I was Bianca Belair, I would be acting the same damn way because I'll be like, you know what? This shit ain't even fair. And she said in the promo, when she said it's going to be a three-way match, she said, you know what? I'm not even going to be mad.
Fuck it, fine, whatever.
She's like, fuck it. I knew you're going to be out here anyway, so I'd rather have you in the match, she said, because... But it's not fair to Bianca. She earned that shit. She earned the way through the Elimination Chamber.
She did.
Earned it. It should be... And like I said, it's not Bianca's fault. It's not Rhea's fault. It's not Io's fault. Okay? The second year in a row, they're going to have Io Sky playing the back seat, and she's the champion in a three-way match. 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Crazy work.
Yeah.
It's bad booking. If you wanted a Rhea versus Bianca match, then you should have kept the strap on her and let Io lose that match at Raw. But you took it off fucking Rhea, put it on Io. Now we got this bullshit ass shit. And the way how Rhea has inserted herself into this match, bullshit, bro.
And the crowd doesn't care at all, bro. Because the crowd just fucking loves Rhea, bro. It's crazy. The crowd does not care at all. They want Rhea in this match. And someone else, word on the street, someone else wants Io to fuck out this match, and it just wants Rio and Bianca. So, but Who gets the last laugh though? Booty cheeks, Io Sky.
Yes.
With the killer missile drop kick off the top rope, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking Rhea got God damn, it looked like she got whiplash from ever, bro. Yeah.
Bushed. But see, again, you disrespect two women just to make sure one shines, and I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
You disrespect Io Sky, who is by far, well, close. There's only two women in WWE. I'll be like, these motherfuckers can go like from bell to bell, pillar to post. Well, it's a couple of them, but Io Sky is number one to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
100%. She's definitely the best women's wrestler. Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair. Yeah.
No, I thought that. No? I thought so too. But she is good. But this other lady I'm about to talk about I feel like she's a little bit better. You disrespect Io Sky for 2 years in a row as a champion by taking a back seat. And then you disrespect Bianca Belair by making this a triple threat match where she can lose the match without even being pinned.
Yep.
All because you want to put your darling Rhea Ripley involved, bro. Like, I don't understand this booking. If you didn't want Rhea to lose the title, or if you wanted her in the match at WrestleMania, then why you have her drop the title?
Yeah, that was it. Now, when you look back on it, it is a bad booking decision to have Io win that match because now you're forced to have the triple threat. You know what I'm saying?
And don't nobody want no triple threat. This WrestleMania got more triple threat matches than I know I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and a fatal 4-way, which we'll talk about real soon.
So from this, I like Rhea overall, but the way they've been booking her since 2025 started, bro.
Yeah.
Yo.
See, I think Bianca needs to keep the streak alive at WrestleMania. I think she's 4-0. I think we need to go to 5-0.
Whoa, bro. I promise you this. If she does win that match, boy, the boos are going to come from the heavens.
Especially if she does it in a heel fashion. Dude, this is the perfect opportunity to make Bianca Belair the biggest heel woman in the game. Have her do something to the beloved Rhea Ripley, cheat somehow, get that win, bro. Because guess what's legal? Well, guess what's legal? Everything in a triple threat match, bro.
Yeah.
Bring in a chair. Bring in whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? You have the prime chance to make Bianca Belair the biggest heel in the industry right now, bro. Honestly.
If I was the E, I would make Rhea turn. I would make Rhea get
She's already been there, though.
But I'm saying, bring her back to her original forte. Let her be the conniving, evil-ass snake, and then let it come out to be like, yeah, I pulled my strings. I know my worth. I get what I want to get in, and I'm the champion. So, like, I could find out a little bit more believable because out of nowhere, the hate for Bianca, all because of this European tour, is insane. Like, why y'all hate? Like, what did she do? She hasn't done anything. Like, think about it.
They're saying she cost Rhea the belt, bro. That's what they're saying.
But did she really? No, she didn't. She didn't. Again, someone please prove me wrong. When Rhea went outside those damn ropes and didn't pay attention to her match with Io, she stepped outside getting in Bianca's face.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have done that. Again, if Bianca was on that apron and she got knocked down, and that's a different story. But Bianca was sitting outside minding her business.
Yeah, she was minding her business. Minding the business.
No, she didn't cost her the match. Y'all just fucking us y'all up on Rhea's titty. Get off the titty, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Get off the fucking titty, bro.
We get a kind of not a great match. Lyra versus Bayley. This Lyra run as the IC champ, not my favorite.
Okay, so
wait, who's the best wrestler? You didn't say best women's wrestler. Who you got?
You were talking about right now.
Lyra
Valkyria, bro.
No.
Tell you something.
No.
Tell you something.
No.
Now look, you gotta remember, I wasn't too high on her myself. I was
you weren't, bro.
Boring and shit, bro. I watched this match between her and Bayley. I gave it an 8.5. It was an actually good damn match. I said Lyra is the top 3 women's wrestlers in WWE. Top 3. By far, in the ring. Give me, other than Io and other than Bianca, give me another female wrestler that's better than her from bell to bell.
Charlotte.
No.
Charlotte, bro.
Charlotte Flair is a better all-around wrestler than Lyra Valkyria. No.
Yes.
No, bro. No. You tripping, bro. You tripping.
You got to do it, bro. You're a fan, bro. You got to hit him with that.
Nah, I ain't hit him with that. I only do that. I only do the timeless Tony Storm thing. That's the only thing I like. And that's actually, that I think about it, it's kind of the same shit almost, right?
Almost, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Lyra, she has the chain grappling reversal. Bro, she does stuff every match that I haven't seen before. That's why I say Lyra is one of the top 3 women in WWE, bro. Trust me. In the match.
That's tough. That's tough, bro. That's tough.
Let the IWC decide.
We'll let them decide. Top 3, yay or nay?
Top 3. Or do you think Charlotte, who's a better wrestler right now? Charlotte Flair or Lyra?
Ooh.
Who is it? Ooh. I say Lyra.
Oh, shit. We'll see. We'll see, bro. We'll see.
It was a good match, though. It was a good... And this is... We talk about production, right? WWE kind of fumbled the ball. Before the match even starts, Michael Cole say, "Oh, it's going to be a fatal 4-way tag team match, and Lyra Valkyria and Bayley's going to team up." I said, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then they kind of were setting up something good where Bayley was kind of pissed, but then like she came back in and hugged her, which I wasn't a fan of. Wasn't a fan of that ending. I was like, you hate her, and then make the tag match even more interesting. And I obviously don't think Bayley... I mean, is Chelsea Green and Lyra Valkyria going to have a match at WrestleMania?
Title versus title?
No, just are they going to have a match? Either of them.
Or I don't know.
I feel like one of them's going to have a match. Well, I guess it would be Chelsea for probably the Friday before SmackDown. Though the U.S. title will probably be on the line. I'm assuming.
Or they do a pre-show.
Pre-show, yeah, something. I don't know. They need to do something because that'd be great. Because I believe there's 10 matches, but they haven't announced Drew and fucking Damian yet, so that's 11, and they said they want to do 14, maybe 15, so we either have 3 or 4 more matches, so it's gonna be tight. Gonna be tight.
Yeah, so do me a solid, one more time, watch that match from beginning again, and you rewatch it, and then you see what I'm saying. Look, I don't hand out 8.5 on WWE matches like candy, but this match, I was like, yo, this is a pretty fucking good match.
Then she goes down to the belt sometimes.
Shit,
bro, your boy Karrion Kross, we're gonna see him tomorrow night in action against AJ Styles.
Can't wait. I cannot fucking wait. No, it's next Raw. It's Raw, not SmackDown.
Oh, it's Raw. Yeah, we're talking about Raw. My bad. Raw. Monday, Raw.
We're gonna get Karrion motherfucking Kross.
Yeah, and I feel like in this backstage segment, you missed what Scarlett said because the announcers were talking. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee started talking, and she was like, we got him. Like, they got him hooked somehow. Yeah.
I think we do have him.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to be on my soapbox with Karrion Kross. Again, bro, this segment right here told me the talent, just how he wants to be angry, but he doesn't. He holds it in and try to be sinister, right? The shit he does. But one thing I did know is I wrote down, I said, what if Scarlett is the main one behind Kross's manipulations with people? If you look at
the mastermind.
She was staring a hole into AJ Styles while he was getting angry. While he was like, "Wait, you know what is his obsession with me anyway? What is AJ Styles you talking about?" Scarlett was just looking at him, beaming a hole through his soul. You know what I'm saying? Karrion Kross is just the front man. Scarlett is the one behind everything.
Scarlett the mastermind. Karrion
Kross again. He I posted I commented on one of his posts, bro, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's dope.
Karrion Kross is a 4-4 heel. Hey, bro.
Shout out Karrion Kross, bro. We get another AEW-style match right here, bro. We get American Made versus LWO with special guest Grande Americano, baby. Let's go.
This shit is ridiculous, bro. Hey, I gave this a fucking 8, bro.
Bro, solid match, bro.
Solid 8,
the sequence where it was just boom, boom, crazy. Boom, boom. Very AEW-esque.
Yes.
Very EWS.
Yes.
A lot of hate for Grande Americano, but like I've said before, that's what wrestling is supposed to do to you. You're supposed to hate characters, bro.
Let's get into this a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think the hate is justified, or do you think it's just fucking fake rage?
I think the reason that it's really sending people overboard was that Gulf of America comment, because then it kind of threw politics into wrestling, and they really haven't mentioned that shit since. So they're still going with that. I will say the one thing I don't know if they realize, Joaquin Wilde is not Latino.
No,
he's Filipino, bro.
Yeah.
So like if he's impersonating a Latino wrestler, Chad Gable, which we don't know if it's him or not, but so is Joaquin Wilde. You know what I'm saying? Now the lucha mask, it does mean a lot to a lot of people. So that is maybe the difference, but it's pro wrestling. It's supposed to make you hate, I feel like.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, motherfucker put a weighted fucking thing in his fucking skull.
That's why I get this match at 8. Because I've never seen a loaded mask. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like,
Michael Cole, he's got a loaded mask. He's got a loaded mask. Just headbutting everywhere.
Bro, you see, they took a group that at one point you and I both was like, we don't give 2 fucks about American Made. Now it's interesting. Now
there's
they wrapped
intrigue.
it up. You know what I'm saying? It's more intrigue there.
Yeah.
So, no, I get this match at 8. It was just an all-around good match as far as the action, the storytelling within the match. The Creed brothers definitely need to be more shown on TV more because they're fucking good in that ring, bro. Like,
bro, the tall, why am I blanking on his name right now? Julius Creed. Bro, this dude is what, 6'5" and
doing shooting
acts
star
like
presses.
Someone who's 4'6", bro, in the ring, bro.
Man. Crazy
athletic
work.
as hell. This motherfucker does the LA Knight perfect every time jumping on that top rope.
Yep.
He don't ever botch that motherfucking move.
Nope.
Boom.
He's an athlete. He's a real athlete.
Yeah.
LA Knight, I don't think he's an athlete like that, bro. But these boys are athletes. These Creed brothers, there was amateur wrestlers, so they're athletes, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you see the part where the crowd's chanting, that's Chad Gable? Grande Americano gets on the rope and he's like, Silencio!
This is good stuff, bro. So, with that being said, after this match, we get another match added to WrestleMania. We're going to get Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
And he kind of goes into the office and Nick Aldis like, that's Chad Gable. And he's like, I want El Grande.
Bro, he said, that's Chad Gable. He said, no, I want Chad Gable. I'm talking about El Grande Americano.
Do we get a mask versus mask match, bro?
If that is the case, that will ramp the match up even more. Then I will have a high interest in that match.
Even though we've seen both without their mask. We know exactly what they both look like.
It's been years since we've seen Ray without his mask on TV, though. It's been years.
Yeah.
You know, but another match. I guarantee you this match got to open the show. This match is opening the show. Remember you talking about opening show matches?
That fucking cheap ass luchador music comes on and Grande Americano comes out, bro.
Hey, yo, bro, that shit is hilarious. It's the American, it's the Star Spangled. Gracias.
And then Chad Gable's over here posting on Twitter. He's like, I can't wait to work with this man one day. His story is amazing. Blah blah blah. Like talking about it, bro. It's like people, like if people are upset about this, bro, they would be real upset about the early 90s, the Attitude Era. Bro, you had Sergeant Slaughter working with the Iraqi military, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They turned this man into an Iron Sheik type character, bro.
Yep.
Like it's pro wrestling, guys.
It's supposed to be like this.
Yes.
It wouldn't be pro wrestling if it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's supposed to be a fictional television program for your entertainment.
That's it, bro. But you know, they doing their thing, and so we're gonna get another match added to WrestleMania. So I'm not, Rey Mysterio. He's never really been one of my
favorites. Nah, me neither. Like I
respect him a ton, but he's never been a person I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see that Rey Mysterio match.
The only time I really pulled for Rey was when he was getting thrown like a dart by Kevin Nash. That's the only time I was like, man, Rey needs to win this, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But and then they took that mask off him and he turned into a straight wild child, bro.
Oh yeah. He was part of the Filthy Animals and shit, bro.
Yeah,
I like
the Filthy
shit,
Animals.
Bro.
There you go, bro.
I like that shit, bro.
Dude was cutting some R-rated promos, bro.
Man, him and Conan, bro, that shit was good, bro. That shit was good. The motherfuckers was rocking FUBU and fucking baggy clothes and shit. These motherfuckers was straight like cholos and shit, bro. Like that shit was dope, bro.
Yeah.
But So let's get into the meat. I've been wanting to talk about this shit. Gunther, Jey Uso. I will give them props. How Jey Uso came out, that was very great. Mm-hmm. Him coming out with no yeet on his shirt.
Could have changed his sunglasses.
They should have kept the sunglasses plain. Yeah, that's all I was thinking. It would have made everything better. Now, that's the good. Here comes the bad. You cannot tell me. I gave this shit a fucking 5 because of this alone.
I already know what you're gonna say. Yep.
You just seen your brother get beat the shit out of in front of your face and bloody, and you want to sit here and hold back your anger and frustration just to fucking cut a promo?
Yeah, that should have happened
been on
next
site.
week. Yeah. Next week is the promo. You need this because Jay didn't say, or Gunther didn't say a word this whole time. He was about to talk. Jay's music hits. He comes down. Jay cuts a promo. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, when's he going to swing on him? Swing on this guy. When's it? Swing. Nothing, bro. He just talked. He said he going to pray for Gunther more for himself because it turned him into a man. He definitely didn't bring up Rikishi ass because Rikishi would have talked about it the whole time. He just brought up his mom, hospital bed. Why weren't you protecting your brother? All that. But, bro, it fell flat for me. It fell flat for me. This should have happened the Monday before WrestleMania, not this Monday.
After he put hands on Gunther.
Yeah.
He should. And you know what? If any time Jay was going to get the upper hand on Gunther, this should have been it. Because Gunther's been ragdolling this dude for the last couple of weeks, even though it's sneak attacks. But this should have been the point where Jay insert his dominance and fucking went ham on Gunther. But they didn't do it. They lost his moment. Mm-hmm. And like I said, he didn't yeet. I'm glad he didn't do that. That was good.
He's trying to tell the crowd to shut the fuck up. He's
bro,
like, stop.
Twice. Yeah. He was like, yo, chill. Mm-hmm. This ain't that type of promo. But the crowd kept going, yeet.
I mean, you started the yeet movement, bro. They're going to do it, bro. They're going to do it.
So, look, I say this. It should have been on site.
Yeah.
He should have came through the crowd.
I think he shouldn't even came through the crowd. He shouldn't even came through the crowd.
From the entrance, doing 100 miles per hour, slide in and start wailing on that boy.
Yeah.
And that's what he should have done, but they didn't do it. So again, Jey Uso say, "I'm not scared of you, Gunther." And it makes sense from what he said. He said, "You want to know the truth? Well, I couldn't help you that day because I was scared of you." Bro, you couldn't help him because he was zip tied to the fucking rope.
That's what I thought. I was like, you had no choice but to watch it, bro. You should be more scared of Gunther now, bro.
Man,
and then Gunther's facial expressions look like now he's scared. Like Pussy Gunther's back, bro.
No, now Pussy Gunther's back, bro. No. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. From the start to now, this feud has fallen flat. The build has fell flat, and I don't think the match is going to be that good at Mania, bro.
They went from 100 last week to about a 40 this week. You know what I'm saying? You didn't go from 0 to 100. Well, you went from 0 to 100, and now you're back down to like 40. And
that's why last week I wasn't too high on that segment. Like I said, last week I was like, it was cool. We needed to see some color. We needed to see this, but the follow-up has to be just as impactful as the fucking problem, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Not at all.
Jay should have came out there straight mollywop that boy instantly on site. That should be, matter of fact, when we post this clip, that should be the same thing. On site. It should have been on site. But it wasn't.
He should have attacked Gunther when Gunther was walking to the ring.
Thank you.
Or I was honestly thinking, bro, when Gunther was walking in at the beginning of Raw, like you know how they do like the NBA walk-ups to the arena now? That's when I thought Jay was going to attack Gunther.
Well, see, I thought the same thing too. And I
was like, oh, here comes Jay. And it didn't happen.
But I was like, they need to cut a promo some kind of way. So I thought this was going to happen. I thought Gunther was going to come out to the ring. He's going to talk that shit. Jey Uso's music plays, beeline straight to the ring. Mollywop, they get torn apart. They get torn apart by security and officials and shit in WWE. Jay grabs the mic, and then he cuts that passionate-ass promo on Gunther. Mm-hmm. That would have been a perfect fucking, okay, let's get it up. You know what I'm saying?
We got one Raw left, bro. That's it. 2 Smackies, 1 Raw. What's going to happen? I can tell you what match we're probably getting at WrestleMania. The new day I've been wanting, bro.
Oh, yeah.
The new day I've been wanting.
Oh, yeah.
They have arrived finally.
Yeah.
And they getting a rematch, like you said, DQ with the belts on. They getting that rematch at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and they're gonna win it. They're gonna win.
Or it could be the Raw after WrestleMania. Raw after WrestleMania is the biggest Raw of the year. Could be there too. But they look deadly, bro. They look deadly.
Yes, they look what they're supposed to look after all these months. See, bro. Again, I'm starting to see a lot of booking flaws in Triple H's game, bro. Like, I'm starting to see it, man.
You're seeing the cracks.
Yeah, it's a lot of cracks.
Yeah,
it's a lot of cracks, bro. It's a lot of damn sinkholes in this bitch.
Do you think it's because of 3 hours?
No, I think Triple H's slow burn and Triple H's we know the destination, but we don't know how we gonna get there. It's fucking them up.
It's taking too long. It's
messing them up. There's no consistency in what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me why. One more thing about this Raw. What they have on Raw? What was missing this week? no Cena, no Cody, right?
Yeah.
Bullshit, first of all. This is the last few weeks of Mania. You have this whole European tour, and then when you back in America, you don't do Cody and Cena in front of the, look, okay, bullshit.
Well, Cody and Cena was happening on Raw over there, but Cody's really a SmackDown champ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but they kept shooting this shit on Raw.
Yeah, but we're not going to get Cena this Friday. We're getting him the Friday right before Mania. So we're going to have another. Yeah.
So they had a nice little promo package with Cody and Cena, right? And with the song was "Last of a Dying Breed." Or what was it called?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. Dope. It was a good package, bro.
It was dope. That made me think of this. I said, is Cody versus Cena really the battle of the pure baby faces? The last of a dying breed? Is the last of a dying breed? Are they alluding to the last of a true baby faces? Is this the battle of the last of the pure baby faces?
Could be.
Is this the end of the era of pure heels, pure baby faces? Is this the direction WWE is going into? Everybody's tweeners? Is this the battle between Cody and Cena? The last of the pure baby faces? That's what I got. That's what I got for that.
Could be. One last thing, bro. Braun Breaker listens to the 4-4 Heels. We talked about what's the best spear of all time. This motherfucker said, watch this, y'all. God damn, bro. When that man started sprinting, I said, what the fuck's he about to do? Boom, bro. God damn it, bro.
My only bad thing about that is I just wish WWE would have filmed it in its entirety because they made it cut it. Yeah. To where you just see him jumping out of nowhere and then frame into your TV and just spear the shit out of fucking Karrion, right? But I wish you would have seen the whole build up because I want to see how far
they posted it later. They posted it later. They got the camera with the drone.
Right.
They posted that, so it's just behind Braun Breaker, which was awesome. And then I keep seeing one circulated where there was a fan that posted in the crowd. And it was a great angle too. Yeah, but
I gotta watch that.
The editing looked like some AEW editing or production right there because he took off sprinting and then you just see wham him doing the flip over. But if you look online now, they got the aerial shot with the drone, which is just behind Braun Breaker, which was amazing. And then of course the fans.
Yeah,
but that sets up the match, the Fatal 4-Way: Dom, Finn, Penta, Braun.
Yeah, and that Penta versus Dom match on Raw, bro, that shouldn't even have a match. That shit was. What?
Dom hit that Mexican destroyer though, son. With his furry boots.
Bro, that boy, bro, listen, I wrote down why Dom got teddy bear boots on.
He got something Seth Rollins might wear, bro.
That boy had the Teddy Ruffskins on, bro. Like, what is going
Teddy Ruffskins? He had them Furby boots on. Remember them little Furbies, bro?
Hell yeah, bro, Furby shit. I don't know, bro. What Dom doing, bro? I don't know, bro.
He about to be your IC champ, bro.
Turn him face already. Turn him face.
Bro, he getting a lot less booze right now.
Yeah. He actually got some cheers during that match.
It's coming,
Penta, bro.
It's
Turn
coming.
Him face already. They want him face now.
Let's go. All right, y'all. That's WWE Raw weekly. Like, comment, subscribe.
SmackDown weekly. You already know what it is.
Road to Mania. Peace.